Good evening, hello and welcome. You are watching the explosive exclusive. This is Times Now. My name is Pranesh Kumar Roy with my colleague Poonam Burde. Poonam, the stage is set for the Mahabharat on loudspeaker in Maharashtra. As we speak, live pictures beaming out of Mumbai. Times Now's crew, Arunil, Radhika reporting live from Raj Thackre's residence. The Mumbai Police is there in large numbers.
Absolutely. Those visuals on your screens are of Raj Thackeray as the ultimatum that he had given comes to an end on the day that he faces an FIR and perhaps an arrest as well. That ultimatum was to the Maharashtra government over the removal of the Azan loudspeakers that has ended today. But the trouble for Raj Thackeray is only just beginning.
The Aurangabad speech has landed Raj in trouble. The Maharashtra police have filed an FIR and the FIR has been filed by a Mumbai police official. In the FIR, the sections that the state government has invoked is that of provocation. Remember, viewers, Raj Thackeray had said that May 3 is the last day. From May 4th, I am not going to listen a word from anyone.
Absolutely. He had also said that I'm not going to be held responsible for what happens after that, which is perhaps why we are seeing Raj Thackeray there in the balcony of his home and perhaps a lot of police officers standing there right below to ensure no law and order situation takes place. But before we get you the latest of what's happening on ground, listen in to that provocative speech for which Raj Thackeray has now been booked.
किती मशिदींकडे परवानगी आहेत? कोणाचकडे परवानग्या नाही आहेत. मला कोणीतरी सांगितलं, कालच कोणीतरी सांगितलं, इथे संभाजीनगर मध्ये 600 मशिदी आहेत. बांगेची कॉन्सर्ट चालते की काय इकडे? 3 तारखेला ईद आहे. त्यांच्या सणामध्ये मला कुठच्याही प्रकारचं विष कालवायचं नाही. 4 तारखेपासून ऐकणार नाही. हात जोडून विनंती आहे, जिथे जिथे यांचे लाऊडस्पीकर लागतील त्यांच्या समोर दुप्पट आवाजाने तिथे हनुमान चालीसा तुमची लागलीच पाहिजे. त्यांना जर सहज सरळ मार्गाने जर समजा समजत नसेल तर मग त्याच्यानंतर महाराष्ट्रात काय होईल मला माहिती नाही.
He faces an FIR and an arrest, but Raj Thackeray is likely to be placed under house arrest for now, is what we're given to understand. The state government is mulling that option as the deadline that was put forth by Raj Thackeray comes to an end. My colleagues joining us from on ground there, Arunil is right outside the residence of the MNS chief. What's the situation like there, Arunil?
Well, Poonam, there is a huge possibility, as you were also pointing out, that Raj Thackeray may be put under house arrest. Now, sometime back, his entire family, his wife, even his son Amit Thackeray, son's wife, they all went in their car to the nearby mandir. They came back walking only, but Raj Thackeray was not a part of the team, that part of the family that left outside from the residence. Now, at present, I'm reporting from outside Shiv Tirth, which is the residence of Raj Thackeray. We'll speak to some of the MNS कार्यकर्तास. What is their mood right now? We'll gauge it. आप बताओ कि अरेस्ट होने वाला ऐसा भी पता चल रहा है क्या? इसके लिए आप यहाँ पे इकट्ठा हुए? FIR तो दर्ज हुई है राज ठाकरे के अगेंस्ट.
हाँ, हमें भी पता चला हुआ है करके अरेस्ट होने वाली है, इसलिए हम लोग यहाँ पे सब जमा हुए हैं. और जब तक हम यहाँ पे हैं तब तक सब पुलिस को सबसे पहले हमारा सामना करना होगा, उसके बाद में ही अरेस्ट होगी साहब को.
अगर देखने गए तो संजय राउत ने ये बोला है कि अल्टीमेटम राज ठाकरे का कोई फॉलो नहीं करता महाराष्ट्र में. अल्टीमेटम सिर्फ ठाकरे सरकार का फॉलो होता है महाराष्ट्र में. उसको कैसे देखते हो?
उनकी ये पूरी राउत साहब की ये पूरी गलतफहमी है, क्योंकि आज जिस तरीके से औरंगाबाद में जो सभा हुई है वो सभा देख के सब लोगों के दिल में डर का माहौल बना हुआ है. इसीलिए संजय राउत साहब उठकर सुबह सुबह कुछ न कुछ गलत बायान दे रहे हैं.
कि संजय राउत ने ये बोला है कि राज ठाकरे का अल्टीमेटम हम फॉलो नहीं करते, कोई फॉलो नहीं करता है, सिर्फ ठाकरे सरकार, उद्धव ठाकरे सरकार का अल्टीमेटम फॉलो करते हैं. उसको एक मंच से कार्यकर्ता कैसा देखते हैं?
वो बहुत झूठा आदमी है, झूठ बोलते हो. आपने भी देखा होगा आज वो किसको फॉलो करते, पूरे महाराष्ट्र को, पूरे हिंदुस्तान को मालूम है. वो ना तो राज साहब को फॉलो करते हमको मालूम है, लेकिन जिन्होंने उनको बड़ा किया, जिन्होंने बहुत सारे अधिकार उनको दिए, वो उद्धव साहब को मैंने फॉलो कर रहे हैं. वो तो शरद चंद्र जी पवार साहब को फॉलो कर रहे हैं. ये दुनिया देख रही है पूरी. तो उन्हें वो बोल रहे हैं, वो बराबर बोल रहे हैं.
And Poonam, if you look at it, outside Shiv Tirth as well, there are many Karyakartas who have gathered over here, but there are many Karyakartas of the MNS that have been sent outside the city of Mumbai by the Mumbai Police. Some have been detained as well. There is one leader who was the first one to play Hanuman Chalisa from from Chandivli, beg your pardon. He was detained. There are several such, more than 800 people who have been served notices by the Mumbai Police to ensure that the law and order situation prevails. All kind of measures and preparations are being done by the Mumbai Police, obviously acting as per the instructions from the Maharashtra Home Ministry. The Maharashtra Home Minister also met CM Raj Thackeray, and only after that the FIR was registered against Raj Thackeray in Aurangabad. With respect to the meetings are concerned, the DGP of Maharashtra also took a press conference today.
Right, Arunil, just stay with us, hold your thoughts. Radhika is also with us. Radhika, just look at the body language of Raj Thackeray standing in his balcony. The man looks completely unfazed.
Yes, the man looks completely unfazed, not just when he got out and went into the balcony, but in the afternoon, we had an off-camera meeting with Raj Thackeray, and he was absolutely unfazed. I mean, even when we checked with him about these crackdowns that has been going on, the announcement made by the state government, he said he has nothing to do. He has nothing to add to it. He'll do what can be done. And when we checked about the plan of action for the next day or the coming days, he had absolutely nothing to say. All he said was, we will let you know, I will issue a statement. And he went about talking about, his Ayodhya trip and so on and so forth. So yes, his body language when we spoke to him inside in that off-camera meeting was very casual. And now, in the morning, of course, the number of people that were gathered outside the residence was pretty less. And now as the day progressed, we can see the amount of security outside, the amount of people who've gathered here, many of them mulling the entire, either a house arrest or some sort of detention to happen, but not entirely certain. Not a single cop has actually gone inside. There are police officials who are standing outside, and the number of security personnel and police personnel is only increasing as the hours are passing by. And in the morning, there was a high-level meeting that took place between Raj Thackeray and several of his, party workers and party leaders as well. And once again, we are seeing, small meetings that had been taking place in the last couple of hours as well. We saw a few of the MNS workers went inside in the afternoon and then coming out a few minutes back as well. So perhaps, a strategy is being discussed. Perhaps a plan of action is being discussed, considering that there is a high-level crackdown that has been done by the Maharashtra government.
Absolutely. And Arunil, if there is going to be resistance to the Mumbai Police, if they do want to either put Raj Thackeray under house arrest or actually arrest him, it also comes on the back of the fact that several offices were raided, so to say, by the Mumbai Police. Loudspeakers from those MNS offices were also removed, because this is what Raj Thackeray had said, that if Azan loudspeakers are not taken down by the 3rd of May, which is today, then beginning tomorrow, they will start playing out the Hanuman Chalisa on loudspeakers as well.
Well, Poonam, Mumbai Police has already swung into action. In fact, there are many shakhas of the MNS party across Mumbai. In fact, in the periphery of Mumbai, especially in the Thane belt as well, Thane Kalyan. All these shakhas were, in fact, to an extent raided by the Mumbai Police or the police from Thane and Kalyan to ensure that the loudspeakers that were kept over there, they were being seized, and all the party workers were also aptly communicated by the Mumbai Police officials or by the Thane police officials, telling them that not to indulge in any kind of activity that may affect the law and order in the society. Now, we were speaking to some of the MNS Karyakartas also, who were part of the meeting that Raj Thackeray had taken in the morning. All have been saying that Raj Thackeray has given them a green signal to go ahead tomorrow. However, whether Raj Thackeray has been put under house arrest, that confirmation we are still awaiting, but it clearly looks very likely if you look at the entire atmosphere outside his residence. The family members have been allowed to go anywhere, whereas with respect to Raj Thackeray is concerned, yet sometime back he came on the 2nd floor over here. His demeanor, if you look at it, he looked completely unfazed, as Pradesh was also pointing out. He looked extremely confident about it. In the meeting that he took place with the media persons in the morning, that off-record meeting that he took place, he spoke about his Ayodhya Yatra. He asked journalists what kind of measures need to be taken for his Ayodhya Yatra, but nothing was spoken about what is the plan of the MNS tomorrow. So that has been kept majorly a suspense thing. Whereas with respect to the Mumbai Police or the Maharashtra Police is concerned, everybody is on high alert to ensure that there is no untoward incident.
Okay, Arunil, getting reactions from the NCP now. Majid Memon now joining us, sir. Good evening. Thank you for speaking to Times Now. What do you make of this, sir? The ultimatum gets in force from tomorrow. Raj Thackeray had said that come May 4th, I am not going to listen if the loudspeakers from mosques are not removed.
See, this must not be looked at as though it is Thackeray versus Thackeray. That is only examining the political fallout of the happenings in the city or in the state. But then if you look at it from the legal angle, you would find that we don't identify who the person is, which political party does he belong to, etc. Look at it examining strictly according to law, then a person who breaches law is liable to be accountable to law, and he cannot escape punishment if he has committed a crime after it is duly established by a due process of law under Article 21 of the Constitution. Therefore, we should not see whether it is Raj Thackeray versus Uddhav Thackeray or Thackeray family or something like that. Raj Thackeray, who is now at the receiving end, there is a FIR registered.
You know, Mr. Memon, I'm glad you're talking about laws and rules. Raj Thackeray, if you remember, had said that why don't we enforce the Yogi model in Maharashtra? Now, that is something that the courts have also said about the decibel levels of the loudspeakers. Why is the Sena Sarkar not doing it, sir?
Hello, pardon please, I didn't get you.
So you're talking about laws and rules. Raj Thackeray had endorsed the Yogi model on loudspeakers and said that crackdown on the illegal loudspeakers on religious institutions. Why is the government not doing that? Not enforcing the law? The courts are clear on that.
Now see, Raj Thackeray or his people from Manuse have every right to question all the police action. They can take matter to the court by saying that FIR has been politically motivated, FIR has not been rightly justified or rightified, and they can also question the seizure, whichever things have been seized from the premises. And court is going to examine the legitimacy of the act on the part of the prosecution. And therefore both sides will be heard immediately tomorrow itself. So law machinery does not identify from person from what party it is or from which religion it is or which group it is. The courts do not identify that. The courts will see the merits of the case. Raj Thackeray will hire a good counsel who will make this presentation, try to persuade the court that the lodging of the complaint against him is itself ill-motivated.
Okay, Mr. Memon, just hold your thoughts. Ram Kadam of the BJP also joining our broadcast. Ram Kadam Saab, Majid Memon of the NCP is saying that, look, law is taking its course. There is no discrimination here in crackdown against Raj Thackeray.
This we have been witnessing since 2.5 years. The Maharashtra government has been misusing police powers. Whoever challenged Chief Minister or Maharashtra government, they immediately take action against them. This is exactly what we have seen about Rana couple's issue. The same thing is now happened with Mr. Raj Thackeray. So, this government wants that no one should speak against the government. What is the fault of Mr. Raj Thackeray? He just pointed out that UP government has take action as per the High Court, Supreme Court's order. Then why it cannot happen in Maharashtra? So what is the harm in that? Just by saying that, if the Maharashtra government is taking action against him, this is absolutely ridiculous.
Okay, so the charge is that the Sena government in Maharashtra is putting religion above rules. I thank both of you, Majid Memon, Ram Kadam, for joining us. Radhika, Arunila, staying on with us. A short break. We return to this live action from Mumbai. Stay with us.